Got you up here, Sarah, ready to look at your work. Okay, so you got Steven Sackmeister, and then you've got 8.5 by 11, or 8 by 11. 8 by 11, that's unusual. 8 by 10 is a little more of a common page size than 8 by 11. Anyways, so landscape. When you mention 8 by 11, when you don't have to say landscape, because in graphic design or any kind of design, the first measurement always means the width. Okay, so what you're saying here is that the width is 8 inches and the length is 11 inches. Okay, width always comes first in design. Okay, let's take a look at the sketches themselves. And I got to tell you, I'm fascinated by what's going on. For a couple of reasons. Number one is that I can see your grid, what you've drawn on your grid back there, but it's so light. The way you have scanned it is so light, because you must draw really light. So the scan didn't pick up hardly anything. So I can't really see your pages. I see these are individual pages. So I'm not sure if page 1, is this the cover? And then this is page 1, and that's page, or this says page. See what I'm saying? It's too difficult for me. I don't know really what I'm looking at. Therefore, it's almost, well, it's impossible for me to give you a valuable critique. Let me draw your attention to something that I think might help considerably. And I'm not telling you have to resketch, but I am going to suggest that a resketch will certainly point in the right direction towards success in this project. I would think that in a studio setting, if I were an art director and I needed, based on the description of the assignment, I would say, can we get a little more detail here, showing this isn't just it's just not showing very much. Let me show you what I mean. Let me show you some examples. First, I want you to make sure that you take a look at this, how to design using a grid. That's that video I placed back at about 2 weeks ago in the announcement series. So be sure to look at that. And I'm not real sure if you're looking at these videos, but there's a ton of tips in here. So if you're not, you might consider doing so. For instance, this week's video is chock full of stuff that'll get you great grades on what we're doing. That's for this coming week. For week 5, this is what I want you to take a look at. Again, I want you to take a look at this video, how to design using a grid. Look at these examples here. And look at how these are showing exactly where the image goes. They're really showing scale, differences in scale. They're showing body copy as being justified and really showing the grid here. Here, the same thing here. Very very indicative of the visual intent of that page. Likewise, here you've got the image, then you've got the title, the subhead, the call out. You've got the deck. And then you've got what looks like it'll be a little caption. And everything has these little sidebars that are pointing, telling exactly what everything is. Here's another example. I'm sorry about that. My dog's got to go. Sorry about that. Every one of these has title, exactly where the image is placed. This is a 4-column grid, so you can see that that's a sidebar. This would end up being a 5-column page. 5-column, and there's 2, 4, and then that 5th sidebar right there. So this is showing effective use of sidebars, call-outs, captions, and pull quotes. Okay, there's a nice rendering of the headline and the intent typographically, showing a deck, then going into the way that they're using this grid within the page grid. Okay, and here's finally another example of detail showing the grid. Take a look at those, get a mental note of those, and see how we are here. Just see where I'm having difficulty deciphering typographic and visual intent. Do you see what I'm saying? So my suggestion is to resketch, really study what we're talking about here with the grid and typographic intent. And I'd like to see a resketch. I think it would definitely help. All right, thanks very much.